Alright, last episode we finally cleaned things up for Gaichu. Took out the squad of people going after him. Let's go ahead and... let's see, let's sell the experimental Renraku drone. You sent a quick email to Kylie Cheng involving her that you've recovered the from the Renraku. A moment later, a message pops up on the screen from Kylie Cheng. Brave of you to do side work without telling me, or stupid, take your pick. Luckily, Auntie Cheng knows plenty of buyers for your new toy. I'll send a finder's fee for over right away. Did I actually get paid right away? That's good, because if I had to sell it online, it wouldn't go great for me. While we're at it, also... jobs directory. View all pending jobs. Oh, right. That was the entire income from the job, because it wasn't actually a contract, right? I think. Pending, active. Yeah, there's no, like, complete your job. Shadowrun BBS. We can post pay data, which I'll never get back, but Renraku project launch up schedule? Yeah. Never gonna make money on that. Any keywords to read? No. So we're done. That's all cleaned up. Inbox? Inbox is done. Alright. Probably goodbye forever, terminal. How much money did we get? We're up to 2,700. That's almost enough to use for something. Alright, now it's time for sort of our final tour. That's not the downstairs. That's the computer again, silly. It's time for sort of our final tour among our crew, basically. I want to talk to whoever's around and see what's left. Probably gonna run out of dialogue here, and we'll see if anyone else sends me on a mission or something, but obviously, guide you follow up. The dim cabin's air is thick with the pungency of incense as a small, rudely constructed altar sits near Gaichu's box of mementos. It consists of a wooden box, a few trinkets, and a bowl for burning incense. Gaichu himself is polishing his sword again. He runs a claw along the length of the blade, feeling and listening for nicks and dents. Good evening, handyman. A fine evening, isn't it? He puts the sword aside and smiles in your direction. What can I do for you? You don't have anything to say about what happened to Ishida? Of course I have thoughts about it. Why would I burden you or anyone else with them? If you want to talk about it, then we may, by all means. I'm a private person by nature, however. This is why I do not seek you out to speak on it. Of course I want to talk about it. Are you okay? A curious question. Am I alright? I, the one who survived, who has now shed old lives entirely, who now no longer worries about assassins on his heels. Yes, I am more than alright. I am free. The team is all dead, save for Ishida. He will know what it's like to feel the disease burn through his brain, stripping logic and artistry, and leaving only hunger in its wake. When it is done, I am certain he will be an animal, while I remain whatever it is I am, Gaichu, but one that may speak and act as a free being. Gaichu grins thinly, cradling the chin on his chin on his one hand. There is some poetic justice to this, I feel, his claims of my weakness mirroring by my own descent into feral madness. And yet here I am, one with enough willpower to survive and prosper despite my ill fortune. It was your choice, so long as you stand by it, that's what matters. Thank you for understanding that. The ability to choose consciously is what sets me apart from the other ghouls. Understand, Ishida was a product of the same training that shaped me, but unlike me, he has never had the training proven wrong. He always believed he was the strongest, the best, and that he was unbeatable by lesser creatures. He would never have learned. His xenophobia and arrogance would have ruled him his entire life. Men like Ishida are the reason Japan refuses to accept the awakening as a natural affair. The ships metahumans to Yomi Island. I was taught that people like Duncan, Gobbet, and Isabel are subhuman, yet I have seen what they can accomplish and I am impressed. What do you think of that last mission? He cocks his head, Gaichu laughs. That is what we're already talking about, is it not? Nothing to say about that, I guess? Okay. Has killing your old unit changed your outlook on life? Yes, I think it has. My lesson to Ishida, which should not end with him. If becoming a ghoul has allowed me to prosper and become stronger, surely I should hone my instincts just as my training honed my swordsmanship. If I can apply the same focus to my new nature as I did my combat skills, I am certain I can prove that as a ghoul is only. Wow, let's just start that whole thing over. If I can apply the same focus to my new nature as I did to my skills in combat, I am certain I can prove that to be a new ghoul is only to be different, not lesser. I knew this before, logically, but I did not feel it. To know and feel differently to know and feel are different things entirely. Regardless, Ishida's sword is now mine. It is a newer blade than my own and appears to be made with some manner of enhanced dicote process along with tungsten carbide edge. Carbide edge. He lifts the katana, running one claw down the back of the blade. I have noticed a marked improvement in my speed while using it, particularly the follow-through moves. Should an enemy fall to this sword, I will be able to reposition much more rapidly. Do you regret having to kill your own unit? Gachu cocks his head as he ponders this. After a long moment, he shakes his head. No, I do not believe I do. We are locked in a dance that can only end with the deaths of theirs. We chose that path, consciously or not, and I am unwilling to die so that they can live. I value my life, even changed as it is. Their insistence on following the structures of their duty ensured this end, just as surely as my refusal to die did. I regret only that circumstance and training led us to this point. They were still family to me even at the end, but if your family turned on you and tried to kill you, you would still defend yourself. What will you do now? Gachu recoils, expression one of rank incredulity. Surely you are joking with me. I will stay here and aid you in your endeavors. I have no other life to turn to, nor anyone else to call friend. As you have aided me, so too I will aid you. This life in the shadows is the most free and open I have ever felt. I have no desire to go or do anything else. Perhaps later I will, but not anytime soon. Have a good night, Gachu. And same to you, my friend. So he had a massive life-changing encounter, and had to shed his old life, and everyone from his old life is trying to kill him. But now he's finally turning over a new leaf, and we've sort of fixed his situation. He's come to terms with who he is, and he's actually has a home, of all things. Reactor's shop is alive and with motion. Wall-mounted tools and hammers spark each according to its own rhythm. The cacophony reverberates in the metal confines of the convoluted engine room, attacking your ears as the light of acylite torches stabs your eyes. My friend, you've come back. Reactor turns towards you. Oh, well, fuck. It's so I have like an amazingly easy to click mouse, and every now and then it's like, oh, that slipped in. I wasn't convinced that you'd want to continue our little chat after the last time. From under the desk, a glint of light catches your eye. Koshei, I'm glad I was wrong. The vote's still out on how wrong you were, but it didn't feel right to leave it where we did. It must be strange to worry about such things. I will never understand it myself. Oh, I could pretend to, of course. I spend most of my day pretending to be one thing or another. I've gotten rather good at it, I think, but it has never made any sense to me. In any case, I do enjoy our talks. Sharing a spirited discourse makes me feel alive in a way. He turns, the sound of metal on metal filling your ears. So what do you want to talk about? Reactor, what's up with your feet? The replacements that I was fitted with all those many years ago. The many talon-like toes that splayed out from his feet clawed the ground, scraping against the metal flooring. They have been modified somewhat between then and now, and as you can see, improved. He just has crazy talon feet now. What animal did you base your redesign on? The claws were inspired by a harpy eagle. Quite a majestic creature, a hunter of primates, you know? He smiles. The quantity was driven by artistic license, impractical perhaps, but they pleased me all the same. Was he on the last run? No, he wasn't. Alright. I see that the shop is up and running again. What are you working on now? More options for Koshei, as always. He is still far from perfect, but every iteration inches him closer. I have questions for you about something that you mentioned last time. The corner of his mouth lifts in a wry smile. Yes, I imagine you do. Go on then, ask away. So in your ideal future, people without empathy, morality, or humanity will replace the rest of us. That sound about right? Yes, people like me. Tell me, my friend, what does that make you how does that make you feel? What is your gut reaction to the vision that I have shared with you? It doesn't make me feel much of anything. It's a pipe dream, Reactor. It's never gonna happen. He frowns knowingly. Of course it will. But you do not know, of course. You don't share our selective advantage. I suppose it stands to reason that you would put your head in the sand. It's natural selection, albeit a useless one. I promise you, my friend, if you move past your atavistic reaction, you will see how right this is. The sixth world is no place for compassion. It is a predatory world, a world of monsters. Some of those came with the awakening, and others are of their own design, but they are there. And if we are to survive, we need to shed those weaknesses that prevent us from competing with them. I speak with clarity of a man who is not a man, in mind or in body. The things that others refuse to see are as plain as the light of day. I tell you, my friend, life is better this way. One day you will see for yourself, and you will thank me for what I have shared with you. If what you believe is true, if people with our condition will inherit the earth, how long do you think that can last? Indefinitely. What makes you ask? I've dealt with people like you and the Barons all the time. More often than not, they kill each other off. You're suggesting that we'll burn ourselves out, annihilate ourselves? I will concede that this is possible, but I think it unlikely. This is the sixth world after all. Even if meta-humanity is supplanted by post-humanity, there are other forces at work in the world. We will not be alone. What, you mean like aliens? He chuckles. You're joking, of course, but I wouldn't discount the idea. It is far more likely that intelligent alien life exists than it doesn't. That said, we won't need to wait for first contact to contend with non-human intelligence. We're surrounded by them every day. Any form of intelligence that cannot or will not make the leap that we will make could be a problem for us, you see. Spirits and the paranormal would qualify. So would any metahuman holdovers that cling to their natural bodies. Artificial intelligences could also prove problematic. And what would they be to you? Competition? Prey? That remains to be seen. But they would give my people something to rally against. The corner of his mouth tilts upward. The smile contains no warmth. I, for one, am looking forward to seeing how it all plays out, aren't you? You say that you were diagnosed as a psychopath when you were 8. What led to that diagnosis? My mother had me tested. You'd always kept a watchful eye on me, obsessively so, truth be told. It was rather a poor way to experience childhood. Why was she watching you? What'd you do? Very little. She blew my childhood behaviors out of proportion, I'm afraid. The woman is always motivated by fear. He sighs. She had her reasons, I suppose. What reasons are you talking about? I get the feeling that you're the one that's diminishing their proportion. Malignant narcissism runs in my family. None of the men in my line have understood the concepts of conscious or empathy, and they wouldn't have had much use for them if they had. My grandfather was an abusive drunk who killed his own brother with a gasoline-powdered ice auger. My father was a terror to his employees and assistants, a shark in a business suit. I suppose that my mother expected me to follow in their footsteps. And haven't you? Yes, I suppose I have. But it wasn't by choice. Had I been left in peace, had my supposed friends not stolen what was dearest to me, I might not have taken to the shadows. My path was set by others, not by myself. Yeah, maybe. Maybe not, though. Perhaps you're right. I might have gone to be a serial killer or worse. There's no sense in debating such things. Things happen as they did, and we are both the better for it, are we not? Surely it is advantageous to have me on the team. Yes, Ractor. It's good for us that you're here. The corner of his mouth tilts upward. Well then, there you have it. So after you were diagnosed, what happened? He shrugs. I learned what was expected of me. The doctor was very helpful in that regard. He offered false hope and placebos, and false promises that he could cure me if my family met his price. And to me, he offered an escape. All I had to do was play along, and my problems would be solved. It wasn't difficult to pretend that I had been cured. Once I understood the outward signs that my mother was looking for, I was able to ape them well enough. In time, my mother came around. So you lied then. You pretended to be cured when you weren't. I put on a mask, both for my benefit and the benefit of my family. I knew that what would happen if I didn't. I had been caught, and my mother's scrutiny would only increase if I didn't convince her that I was better. My grandfather lived out his final days in Black Dolphin Prison. Do you know that place? I've heard stories. It's a storied place. All of my most appealing detainment facilities in Russia, and one of the most appalling. I said appealing, and just everything about that line was wrong. One of the most appealing of still, I keep saying it. I'm broken and hopeless. One of the most appalling detainment facilities in Russia, and that is saying quite a lot. I was determined not to follow the old man's footsteps. I am not an animal to be caged. Rector bends down and runs his finger along Koshei's chassis. Chassis? Is that what it's called? The drone stands motionless, and the lenses of its many optical sensors focus on you. In any case, there you have it. I am glossing over many of the details, of course, but I'd rather not discuss my childhood any further. Instead, let us think to the future, and to the promise that it holds. So where do we go from here? Forward, my friend, always forward. Silently, Koshei studies you, its articulated pedipalps weaving hypnotically. You will join me, won't you? The future beckons both of us equally. Follow me, and I will guide you into a better tomorrow. I can think of nothing that would please me more. Hello? I'm a monk? There's problems here with the whole cybernetic thing? We'll have to disagree about your perfect future. For the present, though, you have my support. Very good, my friend. If nothing else, I will have ample time to convince you. But in the immediate future, there is a small matter in the walled city to contend with. I will, of course, continue to help as best I can. I need allies as badly as you do, and it is my best interest to keep them alive. Glad to have you work with us, Rector. It isn't often that a guy gets the chance to work with the man from the future. He chuckles. No, I suppose not. And now, will you excuse me? Yeah, I know. You got work to do. See? You know me so well, it's as if we share a single mind. He nods, smiling. Goodbye. Well, we're having a very successful final tour around the base so far. Although I'm wondering if Gobbet's gonna send me on a mission because, specifically Gaichu kept telling me stories about his past crew, and then we ended up having to do a mission about his past crew. I wouldn't be surprised if these 3 lessons about Gobbet's past are gonna culminate in a side quest that I just haven't gotten yet when I talk to her next. Hey Duncan, welcome back. Nothing to say to you. You were not in my last run, so I can't ask you about it, because I took the people upstairs. Sorry, they're just more immediately useful, because hacker powers meet ability to cast haste and heal and stuff. Isabel? Handyman, you're back. She doesn't bother turning. You need something? Any thoughts on the last run? Isabel simply shrugs, taking a long time to think before replying. What do you want me to say? We helped him kill his own unit. I know that was important to him, but as far as I'm concerned, I was only there for the drone. It's nice we could help out, but I'm not a charity. I'm in it for the money. The way he decided to finish off Ishida leaves me cold. I'm not gonna lie. I think he should leave the team after that stunt. I won't force the issue, but keep that freak away from me. Turning your old commander into a ghoul to make a point? There's 100% psychopathic move. Oh, wait do you hear about Rector? We seem to be collecting those. I didn't like him very much, but at least he seems safe. Oh, I didn't like him much before, but at least he seemed safe back then. Anything else you'd want to know? I've got to go, Isabel. Sure, drop by anytime. It's kind of funny, like, they're actually, it's like we separated the characters into floors, where the top floor is like the good people, both the, whoa, theming, concepts, ah. So the middle floor has the person that's closest to you, the person who sleeps closest to you is the person who is closest to you, the people on the bottom floor are the more evil characters, if we're going to go by the Dungeons and Dragons rules of like chaotic versus neutral versus lawful versus good versus evil. Lawful is inherently not a concept here because we're Shadowrunners. Throw that out the window immediately. That's kind of what's fun about the story in the first place. But down there, actually I guess lawful would just be a different set of rules in a way. So if you have, down there you have one character who's a psychopath and one character, well they both are twisted and willing to do evil things basically. But by some definitions, like what Gaichu would kind of be like lawful neutral to lawful evil, because he's had this history of following a code or something like that, but now he's this twisted ghoul character. Other guy's a straight up psychopath and mostly just does stuff for his own his own gain, basically, so Ractor, he's done make him like chaotic neutral or something. I'm admittedly very bad at categorizing based on the D&D categories and everything. But I just find it interesting that specifically there's two people at the bottom floor that are like where one's more in tune with people and one is out of touch with people, and they're both kind of evil by comparison. Where the two hiccups, why? The two people that are up here are more positive, more like good type of people, but also one's more detached from people and one's more involved with people. Also, is she in here? Okay, I feel like I should check. I stood there for a while. I'm like, she's not showing up on my screen. Like it's even like red. Isn't it red downstairs and blue up here? Like there's even color coding. Like the optimistic good people are on the top floor and the more dark concerning people are on the bottom floor, and the red basement versus the blue attic and everything. And then the central floor is sort of neutral colored, and it's got the person that's closest to you in the storyline and just you, the person that could be anything because you make the decisions about what you are, and you probably have the most impact in shaping how your brother Wu reacts to everything and what kind of role he might play, because he's probably more susceptible to your influence than anyone else in the game. Wow. Good thing that clicked for me in what might be my last time in this ship if Gobbet doesn't give me a quest. As you enter Gobbet's Captain, wow. As you enter Gobbet's cabin, two things grab your attention. The first is Gobbet herself. She looks exhausted, bleary-eyed. The easy smile that you've come to associate with her is nowhere to be seen. The second is what she's doing. Gobbet appears to be in the middle of a valiant attempt to stuff a whole roasted duck into a saucepan half its size. The bird's rubbery neck flops from side to side with every heave of her shoulders. She's exhausted and bleary-eyed. I wonder if she's reacting to what Gaichu did, or if she's actually like something's troubling her and I'm about to get that side quest I'm predicting. She looks up from the saucepan, blinking. A corner of her mouth twitches upward, but the half-smile falls away almost immediately. Oh, hey Seattle. Caught me at a bad time. I was just making dinner. Compressed duck. It looks delicious. Huh? She blinks down the duck and her mouth dips into a frown. Oh, yeah, I guess it's getting a little squished, isn't it? I could use a bigger pot, but I'll have to wash it first. She glances at the piles of dirty clothes and associated detritus on the floor of her cabin. And to do that, I'd have to find it. But I'm hungry now, and I've got this duck, so... She gives the bird another heave. Something gives an audible crunch. Oh. Maybe you should take the bones out. Maybe that'll fit better. Anyway, you want something? I'm up to my elbows in mallard. Any thoughts on the Lost Run? I guess all the history with this old unit was really eating at his nibbles, huh? Gobbet folds her arms, glancing off into the distance. I wasn't too happy with him being here when you had first invited him to join the team, you know, but I was wrong. He's a solid asset. Maybe not the most talkative, but a good guy to have in your corner. But turning a sheet into a goal like that, just to make a point? Gobbet shudders. That's some cold revenge right there. It's over the line. I'm glad he's finally free of them, but I wouldn't wish that kind of fate on anybody. So what else you want to chat about? You feeling okay? You don't look well. She rubs the bridge of her nose with a pair of greasy fingers, leaving smudges of duck fat behind. Gross. Bad plan. It's weird. Ever since our last lesson, I felt, I don't know, preoccupied with the sinking ship. I don't really do the whole haunted by my demons from the past thing. I mean, that's fine for some people, but I'm allergic to drama. Generally, when the thoughts of the past get me down, I remind myself that it doesn't matter. I laugh it off and have my snack. But this, I don't know, it's weird. Ever since our last lesson, I haven't been able to get the sinking ship off my head, out of my mind. She looks close at the pot full of mangled duck in the counter, closes her eyes. I guess I'm just worried about Cat and Mal. Which is weird, because why would I be? I mean, I haven't even spoken to them in years. Hell, if anything, they should be worried about me. I'm the one who gets shot for a living. Maybe we should check it out. The sinking ship isn't far, is it? No, I don't want to do that. At least, not without a good reason. It'd be awkward, and I'm sure that it's nothing anyway. Actually, check that. I know what it is. It's my own personal version of the same thing we're all feeling. The psychic sewage that's been dredging up in all this of us by whatever's happening in the walled city. She smacked her thigh, leaving a handprint of duck fat behind on her trousers. Bad plans all around. You're just spreading it everywhere. Tell you what, That's what we should be talking about right now, the damned walled city. It's what's really doing this to all of us. But as luck would have it, we're hot on the trail of that plastic-faced guy, and he should have some answers for us. Answers about your dad, if nothing else. You're changing the subject. Are you sure that you don't want to check the sinking ship? Right at this moment? That's the last thing I want to do. Look, we've only got one thing left on our plate, right? Let's go to the plastic-faced guy. I mean, we've done everything else. I don't want to throw us off by taking you on a scenic tour of a floating garbage heap. Screw that place. I was done with it years ago anyway. My problem isn't with the sinking ship, it's with my dreams of the sinking ship, and that's what I need to deal with. And with your help, I will. Alright, Gobbet. We go do the extraction run, no distractions. Good. I'm gonna talk to you again now. Stepping into Gobbet's cabin, you find her crouching on the floor, appears to be midway through a valiant struggle against an enormous pastry. Her cheeks bulge out like a chipmunk's, and wispy threads of pork floss hang from her crumb-speckled lips. She glances up at you, her eyes wide with alarm. Her jaw works to manage the enormous quantity of crispy dough in her mouth, but she doesn't seem to be making much headway. But not more than you can chew, huh? She struggles to move her jaw, but the mouth is stuffed too full to make much headway. She gestures feebly towards a pitcher of water on the ground near your feet. I can just mess with her here. Let's hand her the pitcher. She tilts back the pitcher and sucks down its contents. As the water pours into her mouth, she's slowly able to work the food stored in her cheeks. Finally, she lowers the water pitcher, coughing. Okay, yeah, note to self, the pastry terrace on Prince Edward's Road makes them dry. She takes another swig from the pitcher, grimacing. Moist green apple and jellied trotter my ass. That thing was like the desert made of a pig. Like a desert made of pig? What? Okay. That sounds kind of foul, Gobbet. Don't knock until you tried it, Seattle. It makes you sound ignorant. You said it was a desert made of pig. She stabs a thumb into her chest. Now me, I have tried it, and I can tell you it's disgusting. But that opinion carries authority because it comes from experience. So anyway, you want the rest? She lifts the remaining pastry up to your inspection. The forest of pork floss from the tops of the roll flutters suggestively. Sure, I'll take it. She blinks in surprise. Really? Sure then, it's all yours. Here, catch. She tosses the remaining pastry at you. It sails through the air, glistening suggestively in the dim cabin light. Catch it. Let it fall, that's horrible. I'll take it. Fuck your pastry. You snatch the flying pork brick out of the air. It's surprisingly dense, with a heft roughly equivalent to a softball. Eat it. You raise the pastry to your lips and take a bite. Seconds later, you can feel all the moisture in your mouth evaporate. Gobbet wasn't lying. This thing is dry. The flavor is surprisingly palatable, though. She blinks at you in astonishment. Huh. I can't believe you ate that. I'm impressed. If I ever get another of those again, I'm gonna let it sit in a bowl of condensed milk for at least half an hour before I try to put it in my mouth. That might help. I don't know, reconstitute it, I guess? I don't know, it might work. Anyway, you probably want to talk about what happened on the raft, huh? I think that in your place I would. You still having bad feelings about the sinking ship? She waves her hands as if to brush off the question. Nope, nah, don't worry about it. Everything's gone just fine on the raft, I'm sure. And even if there was something going on out there, we got bigger fish to fry. In this analogy, the evil curse of the walled city is a fish. I'm not sure how well that works, now that I think about it. But just roll with it, okay? I'm sorry, I can't let that slide. The walled city's a fish now? It'd have to be a big one, maybe a tuna. Anyway, I wanted to tell you something, just a little bit of encouragement, I guess. I can tell we're headed towards some heavy stuff, and I figured that you might need it, so take this. I know that you've had my back so far. I want to know that I want you to know that I've got yours, and after everything we've been together, I'm really glad to have you on the team. Glad to hear it. Thank you. You're welcome. Now, was there something else you wanted to know about? Thanks, Gobbet. What did I get? Is it like in my inventory? What did I get from her? Trauma kit, The mummy, punching dagger. Did I get something from her? And then was there a pop-up I missed? I don't think I even noticed that we found out what it was. Huh. Alright, now the dialogue's actually exhausted, for now at least. Figured I'd come back a few times, because sometimes you can just relaunch dialogue. So either there isn't a side quest, or I didn't trigger it. Maybe there's specific requirements to be met, it's fine. The important thing is, since we've more or less wrapped things up with all of our party members here, it's finally time to take the MTR to Dreamland. We have a lead on this plastic-faced manned. I have such a bad tendency to end words with D's and T sounds that don't belong there for no good reason. It's because I'm trying to over-enunciate because of the fact that otherwise I might mumble too much and no one can understand me. Let's see. We have a lead on the plastic-faced man. It's finally time to follow up on that in proper. So this will start the series of events that will basically end the game. So it's a fun time to overwrite. Didn't I hit the save button? Oh, right. Silly Keith. The floppy disk icon's not the save button. The floppy disk icon is the settings button. Oh wait, never mind. It does bring up a save thing too. I'm stupid. I am playing on normal. It might be interesting to play on like a hard difficulty at some point, or something. I don't know. I'd probably be more interested in playing other games in the series than playing this game again on a higher difficulty, to be honest. Especially since these games have you can play custom-made campaigns. That'll be a fun thing to follow up on. But if I get around to playing custom campaigns for this game, it'll have to be after I wrap up some of the other things I have running in parallel, because I need to clean up my freaking Let's Play backlog right now. The MTR doors open as you approach. Go meet with Dreamland and see what she knows. The tenement that Dreamland lives in smells of mold and desperation. The people living here are the kind who don't want to be found. Okay, this is the right place, handyman. Emily should be in the first apartment. Is she dangerous? She shouldn't be. Emily's a decker, yes, but she's really more into programming than she is into violence. Her handle is Dreamland, after all. She quit running last year. Something about some sort of activity that she used to be into and a bunch of big money execs who were holding a grudge. Emily's from Berlin, but she moved to Hong Kong after the F-state collapsed. The Shadowrun, that's the group that she worked for, were supposed to protect her, but they've got their own problems to deal with now. I guess she decided she'd be safer on her own. I heard about the F-state. Sound like chaos. That's what I heard too. An experiment in sustained institutional anarchy. Great environment for a Shadowrunner, but it ended up just like the communism did, another pipe dream. The German government gave the corporations the go-ahead to invade and forced the anarchists to retreat to the eastern part of the city. Now Berlin's run by a core. By the core is just like Hong Kong. I bet they wind up in building the wall again. Wouldn't put it past them. Okay, so how should we handle this friend of yours? No clue, honestly. I've never met her in meat space. Just be your charming self. I'm sure that everything will work out just fine. I've had great luck so far with my interactions. Alright, let's find us a Dreamland. Oh, the options are so vast here. I think I'll open this door. Hello. Well, there she is. The end. Emily? The apartment is no better than the hallway. Empty fast food cups and packages of dried snack food are strewn around the room. In the corner, a box of cat litter is filled overflowing. You don't see any cats. There's a patched together matrix terminal sitting on a stack of crates connected to a banged up cyberdeck. Is there no garbage man in this universe? I'm starting to notice that people just have filth building up in every corner of their homes, and it's just, yeah. Within arm's reach of the cyberdeck is a 20-something woman with pale white skin, dirty blonde hair, and a bleak expression. Emily looks at the human slung across Isabel's back. Did I say human? I was just looking at her portrait of like, oh wow, someone's just a straight-up human. Because so many of the characters are metahumans that I flat out didn't just said human out loud. Emily looks at the duck slung across. Duck, wow. Emily looks at the deck slung across Isabel's back. I'm having a bad day for reading, apparently. So you're Isabel, huh? I didn't expect... A dwarf? Isabel coughs nervously. Yeah, I get that a lot. No, I didn't expect you to be so pretty. The woman had a soft German accent and a dour disposition. So nice of you to always tell me how the person's voice sounds right after I already start saying it. I can't do it. I'm not even trying to fake a German accent. I should have never agreed to this, Isabel, she groans. I should never have responded to your message. If the oligarch swine who've been hunting me find out where I am... They won't find out from us. Uh-huh. Emily searches your eyes with her own. You can see the intelligence in there, but it's hard to get past her sullen manner. This is the man I told you about. He needs the software that you developed to inhibit your cortical implant. He needs what? Her tone is sharp. Her eyes flash daggers at Isabel. I don't think I should be getting into this. I have a business proposition I'd like to discuss with you. I don't know, man. It's kind of done with business. I'm kind of done with business. She pulls up a nearby pack of German cigarettes and lights the last one. In case you're not up to current events, I've got a kick line of mercs and bounty hunters after me, messing around with the headwear that Schockwellenreiter installed in me is last thing on my mind. Let's see. I can threaten her or use charisma, or tell her that we don't need to mess with her own stuff. Probably not a best situation since she's a friend of Isabel. It's probably not good to threaten her, but I have points with charisma. Look, this is important. I need the software you created so I can find out what happened to my father. Your father, huh? Sounds rough. Is he dead? Maybe. He's missing, that's for sure. She softens. Been there, or something like there. It's the ambiguity that'll kill you, she considers for a moment. Okay, give me a minute. Emily grabs her cyberdeck and jacks into it. Her jaw goes slack and her fingers hover over the keyboard, tapping keys at a blinding speed. When she finishes, she jacks out and ejects a data stick from her deck. Here. She hands the stick to you. She hands you the stick and a taser gun with masking tape wrapped around the grip. Modify this taser with it and use it on your target. The jolt should stop the memory wipe process before it starts. Thank you. Don't mention it. She sighs. I wish every problem was this easy to solve. Yeah, it's a neural inhibitor. A custom-made weapon, usable at mid-range, deactivates the target's neural wipe and leaves them stunned. The effect takes 3 rounds to sedate the target. So I sedate them and then wait. I have to sedate them and wait 3 rounds, apparently. I guess we're done. Alright, I guess we're just done with Emily forever. Okay. Wasn't expecting that to be so brief. And now I assume we go on our mission, right? Oh, we don't have a... Now it doesn't even have an objective. What if I just click on it and see what comes up? Oh right, I haven't actually gone back to Haoi or left this place yet. I'm just so familiar with this being the Haoi MTR station, but they probably use the same MTR station all the time, or it looks the same anyway. The MTR doors open as you approach. Go to Shek Kipme to acquire the plastic-faced man's itinerary. Here we go, an actual mission. Bringing Isabel along, like always. He's just so goddamn useful. Maybe I shouldn't bring Gobbet around. It's handy having her healing ability. Actually, that ability to make a deadly barrier is pretty goddamn useful too. But, just having powerful units around is also pretty nice. Like, Duncan's really powerful. And... let's try playing with Duncan and Gaichu if that comes up. That could be fun. Because if we start stunning people, Duncan and Gaichu both can immediately remove somebody. Although this might not even involve a fight. We'll see how it goes. Either way, Wu hasn't had a lot of action, and he has a reason to be along on this mission. The Extraction. Isabel has modified a taser to introduce Dreamland's cortical inhibitor program into the plastic-faced man's neural network. That should stop his headwear from completing a memory wipe and allow you to interrogate him for information about Raymond Black. But first you'll need to find him. Kylie Chang's made contact with an underground information broker named Xiaoxi, who has managed to obtain the plastic-faced man's complete itinerary. With it, You can choose the time and place to perform an extraction and find out what he knows. Shall see works out of an abandoned night market in Shepkeep May, the Shining House Court. Or the Shing House Court. Whoops. What's this? Oh, that's an SMG. I guess I could put it on my character. Oh, it requires range combat 5. Never mind. I just had the thought process of like, oh yeah, I guess I could just put it on him because it's a slot that's empty anyway. I don't think carrying more gear impacts you or like movement wise or anything. It'd probably not hurt to have like a ranged weapon for those moments where handyman takes a big beating. But oh well. I've gone this far using my current strategy, and it hasn't failed me yet. For the most part, I think my failures so far have only been like weird situational failures, like misinterpreting how many turns I had to deal with a gas situation on that one mission. So I'm here with Gaichu, Wu, and Isabel behind me, being a dwarf. We have someone over there. So far, no one's on screen I can interact with. It wants me to go to the top right, so naturally I'm going to go to the bottom left, just to take a quick look around. No immediate signs of cool things to look at. What's down here? Look at this detailed little market. Yeah, 10 orders. I'm having a party. Sure, I can wait. Just little moments here. Ooh, what's the Emporium? Am I totally getting off course here? Probably. But let's take a look, because who the hell are you? Strange-looking elf. Can I not talk to him? There we go. Ah, that's his face. Oh, I know I got what you need. As soon as you walked in that door, I was thinking, I know exactly what this man's looking for. No doubts, no questions, it's you. You are the man, the one with the need, the hunger. Now, what brings you to Zach's fine emporium of exotic portables? Wait, I thought you already knew. You look like the type who wants some jazz, some kamikaze, some cram, really heavy stuff. I'm not in that business anymore. I'm all about the mellow, relaxing the world. It's crazy out there these days. You got any harsh goods right now? You seem like a good customer. Yeah, my buddy dropped this off earlier. I'd probably unload it soon. I should probably unload it soon. Don't usually carry this kind of thing. Take a look. Those are guns. Those are guns. Okay, I thought we were talking about not guns. Range combat 4 and 5. The Yamaha Pulsar and the Sand Blaster. 12 damage shotgun, 4 damage. It's a taser. The Pulsar has a higher capacity and range than the standard taser. I assume that it must do some kind of it must have like anti AP abilities or something. Shotgun has some AoE. Each custom-made implement designed to for protracted engagements against the armored targets. Hits reduce the target's armor by 1. I feel like the taser could be handy, but you need range combat 5, so I'd have to give it to like Duncan or something, maybe. I kind of want to play with it. Hello, team. Taser. You have fun with that, buddy. All right. All right. You have that skill rating, right? I assume you can use it. Cool. That'll be fun to play with. Can I see your basic stock? Well, there's a bunch of... There's the drugs I was looking for. Or what I was expecting from what he said. Got a little... When he talked about hard stuff, I thought he was talking about, like, offensive attack type drugs, not... Here's guns! Damage is reduced. I don't know how many drugs I want to use, really. Willpower increased, Damage is reduced. I'll pass. Running a sale right now on account of all the rain. Alright, I'm gonna leave now. Got Duncan a new toy, I guess. We'll see how that taser plays out. It's gotta have some kind of benefit, right? Unless I'm totally misinterpreting what that kind of equipment's for. Wouldn't be the first time I've misinterpreted a system in this game. If there's anything I've learned from my own experience and from watching other people, not watching them play the game, but hearing them talk about it in like podcasts and stuff, it's that Shadowrun games do not like to explain how to play Shadowrun games to the people playing the Shadowrun games. You just kind of figure it out over time, like in Dark Souls, and then you play the subsequent games, you're like, now I have everything figured out, so this is easy. But the first time's like, what is that? Alright, I think that's all that we're gonna find around here. Alright, I'm happy I checked that out then, because I was totally missable. Let's get to our objective. Hello, Shing Horse. Shing House Court, top floor. Said Shing Horse. Solar panels, elevator, nowhere to walk besides those places. Alright, let's get it busy then. Hey everyone, how y'all's doing? I got blue in here. You guys might want to get your stuff checked. You got it all blue. Do these guys get violent or they just live here? I don't know if I should be expecting reactions. The boss is through the back. Go on through. What about the door panel? What's up with that? Can I like hack into someone's place? It's a fairly recent code maglock system, so I need a code. And I believe I currently have no mission items, so let's go on back to see the boss. Alright, well, we're being welcomed for once into a place. That doesn't happen often. This person's apparently looking at NERPs! Look at damn sweet NERPs, brah! Xiaoxi, also a dwarf. The dwarf is the queen of her little hive, a nattering swarm of snitches, stoolies, and spies. Avarice gleams in her eyes. They dart around you, taking in morsels of information so quickly they appear to vibrate. She mumbles in little mnemonic rhymes to herself as she tags and labels you all. Ah, yes. The new on the scene runner, the handyman. She rocks in place, humming a soft reply to herself. My friend in Haoi says said you'd be coming to see me. How do you know who I am? Magic. She smiles, giggling to herself a bit and hums her little hum. Actually, my friend told me what to look out for. You're rather distinct. She told me what you'd be looking for. Chelsea's eyes widen with joy of her job. Very timely intel, very timely. I have your plastic man's complete up to the minute itinerary. Where he'll be, who he'll be with, complete coverage, the deluxe package. How much for this deluxe package? Unfortunately, the deluxe package is no longer for sale, nor is any information about him, so sorry. Chelsea's expression oozes with cunning. I received another offer, a better offer, to take it off the market just before you arrived. From whom? Li Tai Lung's client. I believe you know the company. She fumbles with her fingers a bit. I feel really bad about this, but the offer was too good to pass up. Way too good. You don't want to work for Josephine Sang. That's the thing, handyman, I do. Attaching myself to her is smart, very smart. Sang's big in Hong Kong and getting bigger. She's already on the executive council and is a frontrunner for the next chairperson position. Xiaoxi fumbles with her fingers a bit more. She can't make eye contact with you. All I need to do is make sure you don't walk out of here alive. Oh, well, there goes any sort of obligation to not kill you now if you're gonna... Ambush! Alright. If we're clearly gonna have a fight here, then I don't have to worry much about the decision of, oh, do I dare go against her? Wow, she's really running for it. She used her entire turn for that. Alright, guys. We've got a fight on our hands. I'm sure you won't mind. Let's see. So I'm going to want to get a stun in. Let's look at Duncan's new weapon, first of all. Also the baton. Is it supposed to be a baton? Shock baton. Stuns the target with electrified smack. And then taser. Is this the pulsar? Single shot, aim shot. Stun of 3. That'd be handy. Let's go for some stun attacks, if we can. Alright, so, first of all, killing hands on myself. Followed by stun if I can. Decent chance of hit, but not the best. Isabel, can you mark this asshole? It missed. Way to go, me. Alright, well then we're just gonna have to commit. Go for it. I believe in you or something. Nope. I believe in you significantly less now, as it turns out. Duncan. Let's go for that stun. Aimed shot. How you feeling with that reduced AP right there? Feeling good about that? I think you should be feeling pretty good about that. Alright, let's do a coup de grace. Coup de grace. It's not even close to the thing to call that. Alright. I think we got some fucking synergy with the stun gun is what's happening here. Hey Duncan, you want to do any more attempts at stunning people? Because that sounds like fun. You missed. You want to try again? You're out of ammo. Shit. Alright, there's the downside. Runs out of ammo quickly, and I can't hit anyone with the shock baton from here, so I'll have to switch to the big-ass gun then. Beanbag shot, motherfucker. I got toys. I got toys for days. I can't do that thing again, can I? Nope. Still, I can stun the crap out of people, so that's fun. Let's do a normal attack, actually. I don't need to go to, oops. Don't necessarily need to commit to anything else right now. Celestial Manifest, he doesn't have that much armor. This guy does, though. But it requires 1 power. Am I selecting this character right now? What can I move? There we go. That was weird. Let's see if I can land a blow on all this guy's armor. There goes his armor. Hey Isabel, what do you want to do with your turn? How about we shoot a rocket right over here? That could be fun. Not the best hit chance, though. Well, you have 2 AP left. Let's see. So what if we spent a turn moving instead? To get closer first? Like right there? Does that improve your chances? Pretty well. Alright, let's have fun. Fuck you! How's that feeling, buddy? How you like the explosion happening in your face? Don't shoot Isabel in the face with a shotgun. Okay, you didn't. You just shot that guy and destroyed his armor. Oh, that guy from the other room's coming after us. Wow, she's in a hurry to get out of here, isn't she? I'm gonna have to punish her. Ow! Stop destroying my armor. I like that armor. It's good for me. Let's see, I can't stun again with you. Duncan, you can stun baton this guy, right? Don't tell me you miss. There we go. Is he still not stunned? How much AP does he have? God damn. All right. Gaichu, you have a good hit chance here, right? There's a lot of bad guys around here. I'm not crazy about that. Just fucking surrounding me. Let's see. If I just blow this guy the fuck away, would that be fun? How do you feel about damage in your face? I have 3 AP, motherfucker. Oh, did he counterattack or something? No, that was my other attack. I just didn't do anything. Come on. You're in trouble now, but not quite dead the way I want you to be, so... Let's see, can you finish him off? Not enough, right, that's the wrong gun. Die! I missed. It works a lot better if you land your attacks. Okay. Mercy kill. Oh, right, die, I have that ability. That's how you don't miss. Boom! How do you feel about headshots, motherfucker? Okay. Gaichu. Let's go to Metal Stance. For the AP damage. And let's really lay it into this guy. Low hit chance is a problem. He's wounded though and flanked, which gives him a 100% crit chance. Fuck yeah. Let's have some fun here. How do you feel about being stunned as shit? Because I'm feeling pretty fantastic about it as it turns out. Let's see. I can regenerate or I can do disease. That sounds like fun. How you guys doing? Being covered in that shit. Whoa, it happened over there. That was interesting. Didn't think that would be how that panned out. Probably don't want to go running into that right now. Maybe I should go deal with this guy. Yeah, let's go deal with that guy because he's off in the distance. Hey, buddy. Punch in the face. How you feeling about that, huh? How about I do a little quick strike with my extra AP? Bam. Alright. And yeah, I'll just hit him again. Bleed fist. Make it count. He's down. Just like that. And this guy's standing in here losing AP every turn. Then using another AP to move. Alright. That ends poorly for you, Gaichu. How do you feel about reducing his AP to nothing? Oh, it works better if you land your attacks. There you go. You're figuring it out, Gaichu. Alright, now maybe not. Maybe you're not figuring it out so great. Alright, let's punch the shit out of him real quick. Is he armored still? A little bit, but not that much. Let's do it. fuck your armor. Oh, that was a cool animation for a crit. And punchy punch. We win. Little dwarf guy got away, unfortunately. But maybe we can still get it from her computer? Nice attempt at betrayal, didn't really pan out though. Chelsea left her computer unlocked. She plugs her deck into it and scans the screen. She has the plastic-faced man's complete itinerary. They will tell us everything he's going to be, everywhere he's going to be for the next 24 hours. We have the upper hand here. Let's play it safe and keep it that way. Sounds good to me. She pauses, accessing a few files, then does some searches. First, the bad news. He's got a security detail that drives him from place to place. 6 corporate agents plus the driver. Anytime he's on the move, he's in a reinforced bulletproof limo. He's also got a personal bodyguard that's with him at all times. But there are some windows of opportunity we can take advantage of. When he's going someplace, they drop him off and leave him at the hands of local security, if any. The bodyguard stays behind, but the other 6 guards stay with the driver. The detail itself is shared by a few executives, so they will be with someone else until his next pickup time. The convoys are on a schedule managed by the master system of Sang HQ. Okay, I've got 3 good leads here. I think we can run an extraction on any of these. Number 1, the parking garage at Central Plaza. He's there for a meeting in an hour. We can grab him on the way out. It's still secured corporate property, so there will be resistance, but it's the weakest out of the corporate properties he visits. Plus side, there won't be any civilians. Access is limited, and he's listed as a VIP in their system. Not bad. Enclosed space means he can't run. Interesting. Next lead. Next one's a bit personal. Mr. Plastic has a mistress. Visits her twice a week. Today's the day. He'll be at Fa Yuan Tower building for 2 hours. It's not corporate property, but it is privately owned. The management company has a security contract on it, so it's likely we'll have a fight on our hands trying to get out of there with him in tow. It'll be less crowded than the parking garage, but the lady might complicate things. That approach sends a message. That is noteworthy. Whether you want to send that message is your business. Alright, what's the last location? We have to grab him before he gets home tonight. Once he's home, we're screwed. He's staying in Sang Executive Arcology, guarded 24/7 by corporate security and 2 blocks from the HKPF HQ. The final location we could grab him is the last stop for the evening. It's a locally owned public SimSense theater. A hole in the wall that specializes in underground horror flicks. He'll be there for an hour and 45 minutes, and his security detail will be all the way across town to pick somebody else off. We'll probably have to deal with local police only. But this is a public theater. It's going to be packed with regular people just trying to take in a movie. What's your choice, Isabel? The parking garage. It's a compromise. I think the benefits outweigh the downsides, but it'll be a straight fight the whole way through. Duncan? The garage is my pick. Cars in the garage will provide cover, limited entrances and exits to worry about reinforcements, small amount of collateral damage. The SimSense parlor and the apartment are going to end in blood. Maybe less of our blood, but more of someone else's. I don't want that on my head. Got you. I see only downsides at each of these locations. It is up to you. I've made my decision. Well, I guess we're going to the parking garage then. It seems, I mean, one of the best pieces of, I mean, as much as I really want to, I kind of want to see what happens if we go to the mistress situation, just because, like, excuse me? How does that play out? But, I want to do the parking garage because obviously hiding behind cars is really good for cover and something that I can definitely use. The SimSense theater seems pretty messed up. Although I'm certainly tempted to just, can I access my... There we go. I'm gonna just go ahead and make it... I can't save right now. My last save wasn't that long ago. What I'll do is, I'm playing with the idea in my head of like, what if we do all 3 of them as like alternate episodes? But yeah, parking garage is gonna be my canon choice. Let's take the parking garage. It's a middle ground, no innocence. Okay, the call's made. We go in the middle ground. Alrighty then. We're going to travel to the extraction locations. We're going to be fighting him in a parking garage. I am somewhat tempted to, if I have time, I might do alternate episodes for the other locations. Let's see, this guy's not here anymore. Did anyone drop a code anywhere? No? Alright. It would be interesting to check out the other situations, just because this one's the safest one for not getting a bunch of people killed, but both of the other ones sound like they'd be more entertaining missions. So I might do an episode on those. Let's see, head to the parking garage to capture Li Tai Lung, the plastic-faced man, pack up and head out.